you'll be able to hear me over the sound of the rain. It is pouring down here. But hi guys, welcome to my channel. I've been thinking for a little while about documenting my weight loss journey postpartum, also with my lipedema and lymphedema that I have. So here I am on YouTube. And I was really worried for the longest time that it was going to be super cringy, and I'm probably going to find myself super cringy filming and editing and etc. But I thought, hey, why not? It would be good to look back on, you know, maybe years down the track, and maybe I might be able to inspire or help other people in some way. But yeah, a bit of backstory. I fell pregnant with my son in September 2020. I found it in October, just after my birthday, that I was pregnant, and I stopped training. Then and there I stopped training. I know you can still continue to exercise, but I was so scared. It's a first time pregnancy for me that exercising was going to make it worse. And so I stopped training, and yeah, I had a pretty much textbook healthy pregnancy. All my levels were perfect. The only issue was that I was gaining a lot of weight, and that had pelvic girdle pain and sciatic nerve pain. So I couldn't really do much. I stopped working at about 12 weeks, just due to some stress, which kind of sucked because I actually didn't mind my job. But yeah, so I gained 35 kilos during my pregnancy. Everyone was like, don't use pregnancy as an excuse to eat whatever you want. And I didn't listen. I did anyway. My first trimester, I couldn't even look at or think about vegetables. I was just very sick. Anytime I tried to eat vegetables, and all that would help morning sickness was chocolate milk. So that was a really fun time. Second trimester, I was able to eat a little bit more, put veggies into my food more, but I was craving burgers all the time, and just the smell of meat, actually, other than burgers, turned me off. So I was pretty much only eating the Rebel Whopper from McDonald's, my bad, Hungry Jack's, all the time. So, and not moving my body. I just kind of lounged around the house doing nothing because I couldn't move because it hurt to move. So yeah, so that is what happened during my pregnancy. I moved house at 32 weeks. I moved to an island in the Redlands and been here ever since. I gave birth in June last year. I had an emergency cesarean. Unfortunately, my birth didn't go the way that was planned, and I ended up having an infected placenta, and his little heart rate dropped. Like the team and the staff at the hospital were amazing, but obviously if you've had an emergency cesarean, you probably already know that it's not a wonderful experience like a planned cesarean can be. But yeah, so I did have a cesarean, and then I had more pain as you do after that. I couldn't really do anything because I was having really bad muscular pain. It just turns out that I needed to strengthen my abs and stuff like that. I had no separation. Yeah, so now that I've kind of recovered a bit more, I'm 8.5 months postpartum now, and I've been back in the gym for 3 weeks. I started with my new coach last week, so I'm really enjoying the process so far. My coach is fantastic. But yeah, so I'm just wanting to kind of document this journey for myself, and maybe one day my son can look back on it and have a look too at how hard I worked to get to where I want to be. I previously lost over 30 kilos pre-baby, pre-baby, when I had more time on my hands. So I'm hoping that this will also award me the opportunity to learn to prioritize my time a little bit better, so I have time for myself, my son, my fiance, etc., and my two fur babies too. I say a lot. Yeah, that's gonna happen. But yeah, so I also wanted to document my journey as someone with lipedema and lymphedema. I have put links to them and a bit more information below, but basically lymphedema. Let's start with lipedema. So I have stage 4 lipedema. I was diagnosed by a specialist, and it's not something that's commonly known by doctors, which is really unfortunate. Basically, I just have a lot of diseased fat in the lower half of my body and my arms that can't be burnt off the same way as traditional fat, normal fat can. The only way to get rid of it is by surgery, and that surgery is not covered under Medicare because it's considered cosmetic, which it's not. I'm in pain every day. It makes doing normal tasks really hard. Actually, when I had an epidural when I was pregnant, when I was in labour, and that was the best thing I ever did because I couldn't feel any of the lipedema pain either, and it's the first time I hadn't been in pain since I was like 13. The condition is generally brought on by hormones, so puberty, pregnancy, menopause, and mine got a lot worse during pregnancy, and it still is quite bad. So I need 4 surgeries as per what the specialist was telling me, the specialist / surgeon was telling me, and each of those are 13.5 grand. Plus I need a vein correction surgery on my right leg, which is another 5 grand. And I also need to get compression stockings, or tights, just to help with pain management as well. And just doing what I can now to lose the body fat that I can lose, just to help take the pressure off. It is a lot. I'm in pain a lot, but there's not too much I can do about it. So that's fun. But I thought, yeah, why not document my journey as someone with lipedema to kind of show what I do, I guess. And lymphedema is because that was caused because my lipedema got so bad. So basically my body just doesn't drain fluid the way it should. It struggles to do that. So yeah, a bit more, like I said, a bit more information will be in the links. I think they'll be below. I think. Anyway, but yeah, so that is kind of what my channel is for. It'll mostly be like my training, my traveling, that kind of thing. I live on an island and I don't have a car on the mainland, as my partner takes the car to work. So I travel by bus and walk to get everywhere. And on the island I do currently have a car, which eventually will go back on the mainland. So I take public transport everywhere. So if I want to go somewhere for half an hour, it's a 4-hour total trip for public transport. It's not ideal, but I can still go to the gym 3-4 days a week. I aim for 3 days and I train at home once or twice. And that's the plan that I have with my coach. But yeah, so currently like I've just mentioned, train 3 days at the gym, 1 to 2 days at home, realistically 2, but 1's still fine. 8,000 steps a day, which is fine because I have plenty of places to walk, but except at the moment because it's raining and it's really hard to take a pram out when it's raining. But yeah, so stick around and enjoy watching my journey. I will try and post consistently, but I can't guarantee that I will. But yeah. So I decided to include some photos just for reference so you can kind of see the background that I was talking about a little bit in my little video. So this first dress obviously is 2018. It may have been 2019. I'm not 100% sure. I can't quite remember. That is one of my favorite dresses. I still own it. I love it too much to get rid of. And that was after me losing 32.5 kilos. If not, I came very close to them. On the right hand side, you've got me 33 weeks pregnant at my baby shower last year. Yeah, last year. It's 2022. Oh wow. I had gained 35 kilos over my pregnancy. Obviously it's not ideal, but it is what it is. It happened, and my lipedema did get worse. This next photo, you've got a comparison of New Year's 2017 and 2018. I think between these photos it was 15 or 20 kilos. You can still see the little shelf on the right hand photo where my hip is of my lipedema, but you can drastically see the changes of the weight that I've lost. And then on the far right hand side photo is actually a maternity photo. Obviously you can tell by looking at it. I loved my maternity photos regardless of my lipedema. I felt confident and I felt beautiful, but you can see the extent of it, especially in that photo. Jumping onto the next one, you've got another photo of me back in 2018. I definitely know this is 2018 because when my partner and I first moved in together, and I just realized you can see a toilet in the background. I've never noticed that before in that photo. Anyway, and then on the right hand side you can see my lipedema now and how much worse it's gotten. I wanted to try and find a pair of shorts like in the left hand photo, but I couldn't actually find any that would fit me and comfortably at that, so I decided not to. But yeah, you can see how much worse it's gotten from the front and the side. I did have a back picture, but I can't remember where I put it. And this last little photo here is me currently. So these are the photos I sent off to my coach on Monday, which would have been the 21st, I believe, of February.
These are my check-in photos. Yes, I'm in my underwear. I don't care. This whole idea of this channel is to show my progress, and progress is not just shown on the scales, and scales can be very unreliable as well. So yes, I'm showing the photos, and yes, this is me at 129.6 kilos. I am not happy about it, but I'm doing something about it now. Like I previously mentioned, I have goals set with my coach, both nutrition and exercise goals. I have step goals, and I'm really excited to see where we go from here. So thank you for watching my whole video.